Aha! Boys and girls, lads and lasses, the gaming monitor that you've been waiting for is finally here. It's time to get yourself acquainted with LG's GN750, a 240hz IPS display that won't cost you an arm and a leg. And yes, this isn't going to blow your mind with the latest 8K resolution or 3000 nit HDR or anything crazy like that. Instead, this is all about being a gaming monitor for the masses, and it's very, very good. In this video, we're going to dive deeper into the LG, discuss its gaming performance, features, image quality, and of course, whether you should actually drop the cash. But first, a quick word from our sponsor, Corsair and the Dark Core RGB Pro. This RGB gaming mouse has it all. Incredible precision thanks to the 18,000 dpi pixart sensor, wireless latency under 1 millisecond thanks to Corsair's slipstream technology, and a comfort level that will let you play all day and night. Customize it your way with 8 programmable buttons and 2 side grips, charged with USB Type-C, and then set up profiles with Corsair's epic iQ software. Check it out with the links down below. You'd perhaps struggle to find many things to fault with the overall fit and finish of the GN750 because it looks and feels great. LG always seem to nail the overall aesthetic, with a premium looking stand and thin bezels that has all the adjustments that you're going to need. Unless you're after swivel, that is, as for some reason this is missing in action. The headline feature here though has to be within the panel itself, which is IPS, but it's one of the latest generation IPS panels that actually has a rated response time of 1 millisecond, which is very impressive indeed. This means that the time for each pixel to change colour is going to be a whole lot quicker than almost all other VA and IPS monitors, which essentially gives you all the benefits of deep colours and true to life visuals, but with the speed that can traditionally only be found on those pesky TN gaming panels. The screen really does look pretty tasty actually. It certainly doesn't look like a traditional gaming monitor. We've got 99% of the sRGB colour space covered here, which yes, isn't going to win any awards, but in practice it does deliver true to life colours and it provides an excellent viewing experience for video viewing and then light content creation. I'll also give a shout out to the non-reflective coating that's been applied here, as it does work and it stops a lot of harsh light refraction, but it doesn't cast too much of a haze like on other gaming monitors I've tested before. But it's not all good news though, as this isn't particularly brilliant in lowly lit environments, as there is a little bit of noticeable colour bleed from that dreaded IPS glow. But this isn't something I observed during normal use, so I'd say that unless you sit in your room with the lights off regularly or all of the time, it's not something that I would worry about too much personally. But as for the headline feature, gaming from this gaming monitor, what's it like? Well, it is absolutely brilliant. It's not quite as blur-free as the TN 240hz Omens that I tested last month, but it's pretty damn close, with colour accuracy and viewing angles that blows even the Omen X27 way out of the water. Playing Apex and Smite on this was a real pleasure, and while it's fair to say that I've become pretty accustomed these days to the super fast display, the outcome remains the same. You get an incredibly smooth gaming experience that just allows you to play at your absolute best. If you're into esports or any multiplayer game that you want to play competitively, then you should seriously consider a super high refresh rate screen. Just make sure that you actually have the gaming computer that can actually drive all of those extra frames, as it is hard work. It's also packing FreeSync, which can help to reduce the stutter and tearing that you traditionally find in your games. And this is even rated as Gsync compatible too. So no matter what platform you're on, you're going to be a very happy bunny. But of course, on this channel, we love a good catch. There's always some sort of compromise. And on a gaming monitor, 240hz, IPS 1 millisecond that doesn't cost an arm and a leg, there's going to be some sort of catch somewhere. So what is it this time? Well, it's the fact that this is 1080p Full HD. Hold up a second before you get your pitchforks out. Let me level with you for a second. On a screen like this, it's not really a big deal. Okay, it's definitely not that sharp. There is no getting around that. I'm not gonna try for a second. It's not the best looking display I've ever seen, as especially at 27 inches, this is a big step down from the Quad HD 1440p 1 millisecond IPS ViewSonic screen that I did test last month. But unless you're specifically going to be playing something that requires you to see in the distance, I think PUBG is still the only game to date where 4K is genuinely actually a bit of a game changer because you can snipe people in the distance and pinpoint everything that's going on. It's not something that I think matters too much, It's a lot of money to spend on a 1080p monitor, there's no doubt about that. But in terms of actually using it, it's not really something I can say that I've noticed when playing games. I've just been getting on with it, enjoying the games and playing well. In fact, in some ways, this will actually work to your advantage, as less pixels means more frames per second, and you'll be playing faster and smoother as a result, assuming you're not capping out at 240Hz. But make no mistake, this is definitely not the prettiest looking gaming screen I've ever used. And you're definitely making a compromise to get this speed. Remember that you can get slower 1440p models for this price, so think very carefully before committing and diving right in. And this is the big dilemma really that I have when it comes to recommending this monitor, because it actually works very nicely in my setup. Sure, I'd love something a lot wider, a lot bigger, sharper, maybe even faster, but the core gaming experience of this with that 240Hz, 1 millisecond and IPS is a killer combination, and it works so well, and you can get all of these features for pretty much the lowest possible price. At its RRP, this is as, if not slightly more expensive than a lot of Quad HD 144Hz displays. And so this means that you're going to have to specifically want that 240Hz to make all of this worthwhile, and then of course have the game library and PC prowess to actually back all of this up and make full use of that speed. So it's a bit of a tall order for many then, but if you do find yourself in this camp, then the LG GN750 does come highly recommended, and it can be considered an excellent gaming purchase. Just make sure that you are happy with a 27-inch screen at 1080p, as once again, it's not the sharpest thing out there, and you are making a conscious decision to choose speed over resolution. I'll leave my global, yes global Amazon affiliate links now down in that description below if you're interested in current pricing. Let me know in the comments section below, would you be willing to trade resolution for speed? Like myself, you play a lot of competitive stuff and you'll be able to make full use of it, or do you not and you don't think that there's any point at all? Really interested to hear from you as always on this one. Don't forget while you're down there to smash that like button, get yourself subscribed, and of course check out Corsair's epic new Dark Core RGB Pro. If you're after a do-it-all wireless gaming mouse, then look no further. With 9 zones of RGB lighting, a super responsive PixArt sensor, and sub 1 millisecond slipstream wireless technology, there's never been a better tool for your gaming desires. Customize it your way with 8 programmable buttons and 2 side grips, and play for up to 50 hours on a single charge. It's even available in an SE flavour, packing Qi wireless charging. Check it out with the links down below. Thank you so much for watching, I'll see you in the next one.